Being a journalist means in-depth analysis that unravels hidden truths, that question the status quo and fact-checks government.
These criminal elements hiding under the cloak of surveillance contractors are the APC elements.
Do you have facts to prove that? Being a journalist means waking up every day with a burning desire for peace, equity, and justice for all citizens.
We're being told that the choice you have is to take the lesser of two evils.
It means patriotism via the prism of objectivity and accountability. It means giving my platform to the masses to discuss issues that matter to them.
Some of them, if they bring budget, and the budget they look. Some they sleep. They're going to ask how much we are on. I have it.
Thereby shaping government policies and laws. My name is Osasu Show, and I am the People's Journalist. Since its inception in 2016, the vision of the Osasu Show Foundation has been to see an Africa of equal opportunities, a socio-economic youth-active population where poverty has been overcome and every child has access to quality education. With a mission to improve the welfare and livelihood of women and youths, especially those in the rural communities, through the creation of programs in education, economic empowerment, and capacity building, to fast-track the eradication of poverty in Nigeria and, by extension, Africa. Committed to its vision and mission, the Osasu Show Foundation continues to make laudable progress for women and youth across Nigeria and Africa at large, through various initiatives either as the sole organizer or as an implementing partner. Recently, the Osasu Show Foundation, in partnership with the European Centre for Electoral Support, with funding from the German government, launched the Inclusive Representation Resource Center in Karshi Development Area, Uke in Nasarawa State. The aim of this resource center is to foster inclusivity amongst women, youths, and persons living with disabilities.
Any program that will encourage women to participate, any program that will engage the political actors, any program that will start a new conversation on how women can, and youths and the physically challenged can be included in the political process, I'm all for it.
I feel extremely happy as an implementer or implementing partner. I think today is D-Day for us, and I think the icing on the cake is that the Minister of Women Affairs herself made it her first official assignment outside Abuja. So that's it for us. And the fact that we have the traditional institution here, we have the women institution, we have people living with disability who are also part of it, goes to show that Nigerians are yearning to participate in governance. And at whatever level, we should ensure that the state democracy is people-powered, and this is what we want to do, so that people here, the youths, the women, the members, living with disability, have the same equal access to governance. And we hope that this center will serve that. The center will empower people in every strata of human development. We are hoping that ICT will be part of it, skills acquisition will be part of it, and of course media engagement at all levels, and understanding what democracy is all about, so people can ask for their rights and get their rights. We hope that it will be everyone for everyone. So we do hope that the Resource Center will migrate from Uke in Nasarawa State to every nook and cranny of Nigeria. So wherever you are, whatever your situation, you will see yourself as part of the need to contribute to governance, good governance in Nigeria.
I feel very wonderful and I feel very touched because this is a services to humanity, and this is something that it will uplift the standard of my community and also to reduce joblessness, also to provide a protection to the total insecurity that has been having around the community, especially the disabled people of the society, also by creating an opportunity for women participation on all general walks of life, especially the politics of the day, which they have been deprived of their privilege. But if you can see from my development area, you see that it is a woman who happens to be the sole administrator and the overseer of the development area. Just to tell you that in my community, in my development area, my state, we share a very free gender participation. In fact, there is a total gender equality in my society, which you can see, like Auntie Moji. She happens to be the Jakadia Lafia, which is one of the high chief in my council. You see even the overseer of the local government too. She's also a woman. And I believe with what the society and with the organization that are showing and showcasing, I believe we'll build a better tomorrow. We will build a home for all. And I believe that modification education is defined as a modification of behavior. I believe modification of life started from home by our mothers. So I believe we hold them with a high extreme pedigree of respect, and they deserve even more than what we can be able to afford physically or morally.
The lead implementing partner, the International Society for Media and Public Health, as well as the Development Initiative for African Women, and the Osasu Show Foundation, hosted Mr. Dominic Wirtz, the head of the implementation at the European Center for Electoral Support, the Minister of Women Affairs and Social Development, Dame Pauline Talon, as well as other dignitaries to the launch of this resource center.
I would like to thank also the consortium of the implementation organization, and it is of course ISMPH, DFO, Osasu Foundation, and we had a very good discussion and negotiation during the last 2 months about the implementation of this resource center, and I think we have achieved the first step of this center, and I hope that the Honorable Minister of Women Affairs, who is there, and we thank you so much to be there for this inauguration, I hope that you will support also the consortium in the activities and the animations that will take place here in the resource center.
I'm a rural person, and I identify with anything that touches the life of the rural community, particularly the physically challenged. And I believe this program that my sister is coordinating, that touches the life of women and the royal physically challenged, I believe it is God that has touched my mind to be here in person, and I thank God I'm here. I want to especially congratulate the European Union for supporting this program and for all the support you've been giving Nigerian women and the physically challenged, not just at this center, but all other programs you've been reaching out to support women, particularly in the electoral process, to encourage women as they struggle to take their rightful place in the political space. I commend all of you, and I want to assure you that my ministry will support such worthy programs that touches the lives of women and the physically challenged. We will work together to uplift the livelihood of our women and the physically challenged.
Meanwhile, IREP has continued to thrive in community advancement as promised till date. On the 13th of January 2020, the workshop program was organized for the women in the community. At this workshop, women were taught how to manufacture tomato puree, tomato juice, and tomato jam. They were also taught valuable marketing skills so they can fend for themselves. At the end of this very educative workshop, starter kits were given to the 10 best participants who showed tremendous skills during the training session, while others were encouraged to pick up the trade on their own with the knowledge given to them.
This center is mainly to train women and the physically challenged as well. And the training will not only stop at tomato preservation. We have plans to train women on ICT. We have plans to build their skills so that they will be self-sufficient. But an underlying fact why this center was inaugurated is that we want women to recognize other women as leaders. We want women to vote for women. So as we are doing this training, we are going to be enlightening women to recognize other women as leaders and vote for them. And I'm happy that this center, which is the first in Nigeria, is coming to Nasarawa State, where we don't even have a woman in the House of Assembly. Thank God that we have a woman in the local government, but it's not enough. It's not enough for us to hear the voice of women in Nasarawa State or the voices of women in Nigeria. So we need to know that we are also good. We can be good leaders. We are running our businesses. We are doing so many things. Why is it that we are not voted into power? So with this center, we hope that more women will be trained so that they will recognize other women as leaders.
At the Osasu Show Foundation, as most of you will know, we focus primarily on women and girls because we believe that women play an integral role in national development. This is why you're here today. This is why we use the Osasu Show Capacity Building Incubator to ensure that women are skilled in not just petty businesses, but in businesses that will improve, your fundamental skills to scale up in the future. So I see most of you here are mothers, and I believe that it's very important that mothers have a small business that they're doing to ensure that you can buy at least little things for your children, because your children will be looking up to you to also ensure that, they imbibe these skills that would empower them in the future. So I believe that as women, we play such an integral role. If you're working hard as a mother, your children will be able to look up to you to also work hard for their own future. So this is why we're here today, to officially launch the tomato preservation and processing training. With this training, you would learn how to properly preserve your tomato, and you learn how to process it and take it a step further to add value to it. So we've invested in this to ensure that you have the skills that would better your lives and by and large the lives of your children. So thank you for being interested in a training like this. Our goal is to scale this up. By the grace of God, if you do very well, we'll add an additional 20 women. If those ones do well, we'll add an additional 20 and, take it to the next level. At the end of the training workshop, participants commended the initiative brought by the IREP Resource Center. They expressed joy and happiness for the new knowledge gained, as well as future expectations as a result of the training.
Initially, we thought tomatoes can only be used to cook jollof rice and making of stew. But today, we've learned that tomatoes can be used for juice, can also be used as tomato paste, and can also be used as tomato jam. Well, after learning it today, I intend to start a business of my own. Apart from that, I will learn, I will train other people and make other people too to know that tomato can be used for a lot of things. We have nothing much to say than to say thank you for organizing such a program for us here. You know, it's like an eye-opener, being the first of its kind. It's only God that can bless and reward the foundation.
Meanwhile, the information officer of Kashi Development Area expressed his gratitude for the level of seriousness shown by the organizers and participants, encouraging more foundations and organizations to be active in implementing more development policies such as the Resource Center across the country.
When you look at the participants in the training, you can see the excitement in their faces, showing that they are really happy with this training because it's a kind of opportunity that some of them they have never had before. But today, at least, they have come and spent the whole day getting a lot of things from the trainers. It's a very good to reckon with.
The Osasu Show Foundation was trusted to be an implementing partner in this project due to the good reputation it has gained in women empowerment and youth development across the nation. The foundation will continue to use its platform to advocate for all it stands for until women all over have equal opportunities in various sectors. We're here today thanks to the European Centre for Electoral Support in partnership with the Federal Republic of Germany, who has sponsored this inclusive centre here in Uke, Nasarawa State. This was given to a consortium of us led by the International Society for Media and Public Health, as well as the Osasu Show Foundation and Development Initiative for African Women. So what we're doing here today is a training for women in tomato processing and preservation. So as we can see in the training, women are being taught how to make tomato into tomato juice, tomato puree, and we just believe that this would empower the women in this community to be able to send their children to school, be able to take care of their basic necessities. And as we all know, the Osasu Show Foundation, this is at the core of what we do. This is our core mandate, to empower women with startup capital to begin small to medium scale businesses and take it even a step further. For me personally, I believe that women have the ability to transform this country, Nigeria. It's nothing against men, but it's due to the fact that men have been at the helm of leadership for so long in this country, and we haven't made much progress. But I believe if we're able to give more women who have the capacity, and being a woman alone is not the only required mandate. You know, women who have the capacity, give them the opportunity to lead, to do well in businesses, to do well in politics. I believe we'll be able to take Nigeria to higher levels. And just looking at the indices of women who have actually succeeded and transformed this country, you know, women like Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, Dora Kunle, the former DG of NAFTA, God rest her soul. So you see women like this who were able to transform the sectors that they were leading, and you know, it's such an inspiration, not just to me as a young woman, but it's also an indication that when you give women the power to actually make changes, that they will actually take that opportunity and do well. I believe that some women are aware of the power that they have, women like myself, and we utilize that to its maximum. But I believe that the reason women have been conditioned to think that they have no power or they have to ask permission to exert their power is because of our societal norms. Our societal norms and religious norms as well preaches that women are second to men. But I believe that's why I believe education is so important. Education is so fundamental, because education teaches you that you are are inferior to nobody. That as a woman, God has created you the same way He has created a man. He has equipped you with the abilities. He has equipped you with the knowledge to exert your duties, not just as a woman, but as an individual, as a citizen of this nation. So I believe that women can achieve anything only if they are exposed and educated to the fact that they can. That's number one. And number two, do women support each other? Yes. Women like myself, we pride ourselves in doing that, bringing other women up, ensuring that we're not just succeeding in our own space, but also breeding the next generation of women who will take over from us, and it's funny because that doesn't apply only to age. The women that we're training are way older than, I am. Some of them are even old enough to be my mother, but at the same time, it all depends on capacity and passion. The people who are passionate enough to want to, sustain all these lessons that we're teaching them and apply it to their daily lives. These are the women that succeed and benefit from these charity work that we're doing at the foundation.
Being here today, listening to all the things we've heard and seeing the work that you do, it makes me ever so proud and gives me so much hope that the future is going to be well taken care of in the hands of women such as yourselves. So once again, thank you very much for all that you do, and you can count on our support.
We launched the Women and Girls Empowerment Project at the third edition of the Osasu Show Symposium, and this is a 10-year project, as most people know. This project focuses on 5 thematic areas: girl-child education, girl-child marriage, maternal health, violence against women and girls, and women in leadership and politics. So this project has kick-started this year, 2020, and it will last till 2030. And what our focus is with this project is to reach out to the grassroots. So we're going to be going to many more communities like this to ensure that we're putting together programs and projects that would ensure that the women at the grassroots level are empowered, not just in business, but also in politics and in leadership positions. So in 2023, for all the politicians out there watching, you're not just going to be able to share a pa and expect the women to come out and dance for you. That's not going to happen. The stakes are raised. Women are now going to demand accountability, equity, and representation in government. So men cannot be making laws and policies that affect women without asking the opinion of women. So we need more women in that seat making policies and laws that affects us. So 2020 is definitely a year to kickstart, projects that are more centered and geared towards women across the 36 states of the nation and the FCT. So it's going to be a fantastic year for women. It's going to be a fantastic year for girls. The Osasu Show Foundation, we're going to be working hand in hand with our partners, both at the international level, the private sector, the public sector, to ensure that women and girls are heard, women and girls are seen, and women and girls are empowered.
Being a journalist means in-depth analysis that unravels hidden truths, that question the status quo and fact-checks government.
These criminal elements hiding under the cloak of surveillance contractors are the APC elements.
Do you have facts to prove that? Being a journalist means waking up every day with a burning desire for peace, equity, and justice for all citizens.
We're being told that the choice you have is to take the lesser of two evils.
It means patriotism via the prism of objectivity and accountability. It means giving my platform to the masses to discuss issues that matter to them.
Some of them, if they bring budget, the budget they look. Some of them sleep. They're going to ask how much you are on. I have it.
Thereby shaping government policies and laws. My name is Osasu Show, and I am the People's Journalist.